Welcome everyone. In this tutorial, we are going to see how to install MySQL and Workbench, which is the graphical interface to use MySQL. So in your browser, you need to type mysql.com and enter. So you will see this is the main page of MySQL. You need to click on Downloads, and after that, scroll down to select MySQL Community Downloads, which is the free version of MySQL. Click on it, and you have these options. You need here, in this case, to select MySQL Installer for Windows if you are installing this in Microsoft Windows. And it will be very similar if you want to install it in a different operating system such as Mac or Linux. So click on MySQL Installer for Windows, and you will have here two files. The first one is Windows x86 32-bit. This is the file that you are going to use when you are connected to the internet. And the second file is the file you can use it when you are offline. And it is preferable if you have a good connection to the internet to select the first one. And keep in mind, the time that you are installing MySQL, you might have a different version. It might be a newer version than mine. Here, in this time, I have 8.0.30. So you might have a newer version, but that's okay, you can still use it to learn SQL. So in my case here, I will select the first file. Click on Download. And in this page, it gives you the choice or the option to sign up. And if you don't want to, you simply need to click here, No thanks. Just start my download. The file already downloaded. It doesn't take time because it is very small size. You need now to click on this downloaded file to start the installation process. So click on yes here, and again yes, and this is MySQL installer. This file or this small application will be installed on your PC, and you can use this file each time you want to update or remove files from your PC. So here you got different options. You got the developer, default, server only, client only, full, or custom. So it's better to select custom so you can choose the files that you want. Click on custom and next. And here you have the available products. Click on the first one, MySQL servers, and click again here, and you got these three different versions. I'm going to select the first one, MySQL Server 8, then select MySQL Server 8.0.30. So you need to click on this green arrow to add this product to your installation. After that, you need to go down and go to Applications, and you need to select MySQL Workbench. And again, this is the GUI, the graphical interface that we are going to use to connect to MySQL. Click again on this plus and also select the first MySQL Workbench, which is the latest version at this time. So add it to your installation, and after that click Next and click Next. And when these two files are downloaded, let's click on Next and execute. So now the installation has been started. I will pause here and come back to you when the installation is completed. After the installation is completed, you can click Next. And now is the product configuration. Let's configure the product. Click on Next. And it's better to leave the same configuration without any change. Click on Next again. And here we reach to the authentication method. We have here two options. The first one is to use a strong encryption authentication, and this is preferable in the actual work environment. However, here we are just learning, so it's sufficient to use a legacy authentication. Select it and click on Next. And here we reach to the important part when we need to type the root password. And keep in mind, you should memorize, you should remember this password. Otherwise, you need to reinstall the whole server again. This password is very important each time you connect to MySQL. I will use here something simple to remember. I will just type root, R-O-O-T, and again R-O-O-T, and click Next. This is the name of the server, MySQL 80. I will not change it, I will keep it the same. So I will click on Next and finally execute. So this might take some time and we are all set. Server has been installed on my computer. So just click on Finish and here click on Next. And here we have the choice to start MySQL Workbench after setup. Click on Finish to start it. So this is MySQL Workbench, which is the graphical interface to use MySQL. In the next tutorial, we are going to navigate through MySQL Workbench to learn how to use it. So stay tuned.